Box Bros.
Welcome to the Box Bros. There
Welcome.
you go. Why did we create this? For a laugh, for a bit of fun, and to bring perspectives and ideas into the community. I'm sure this is going to be evolving as always, but I guess for the first time, we sort of just want to give you our intros, why we like Formula One, who we are, a bit about ourselves. Dave, why don't you do the honors?
Right, so I'm Dave. I've been watching Formula One since 1993. So I've had a lot of lows following McLaren. We only had our first our second constructors win since I've been watching last year. That took 26 years to come around since the last one.
Older than
Um,
me.
Wow.
yeah. That's who I follow. I started, I say, in '93. Ayrton Senna sort of got me into following McLaren. He only sat the one season with them then, but I've been a McLaren fan ever since.
And dedication.
And I sympathise with the Ferrari fans as well, what they're going through at the moment.
Not the
Well,
Red
we're in
Bull
the same.
fans.
I mean,
No,
you've not had a drought as bad as they have,
Yeah.
or
definitely
or
not.
as bad as we have had.
No, definitely not. Which dovetails quite nicely into my intro. So I'm Harsha, been a Formula One fan since the Jenson Button, Sebastian Vettel era, Mark Webber era at Red Bull Racing. The good old days, when we had the purple racing suits with Infinity as a sponsor. Um, Always been a Red Bull fan, not just a Max Verstappen fan like most Red Bull fans are. Um, Also actually
Right.
got back into Formula One 5, 6 years ago when Drive to Survive actually did coming out. But yeah, been a big fan of Formula One, Red Bull fan if I haven't already said. Um, Sort of in a downturn of form, unfortunately, but I guess that's just the beginning of what seems to be like a very dark path for Red Bull, at least for the future, anyways. But yeah, what about you, Alfie?
Obviously, I started watching Formula One in about 2012. The first race I think I watched was Silverstone. Um, yeah, and obviously I'm a Red Bull fan, and I got into it from my family. 'Cause my family's worked at Red Bull for many years. My uncle's been there, was joined 4 months after Horner. My cousin's been there since 2020. Obviously, that just brought me in to that environment, and I've really enjoyed watching it. And especially 2023 season, the RB19 would be missed.
That
Would
is
be
one
missed
not to
dearly.
forget.
A good season, good season. Right,
Absolutely,
anyway,
absolutely dominated that season.
I don't think there'll
just
ever be a level of domination from one specific driver like that for many years to come.
We get a lot of people at the moment saying about McLaren's domination this season, but you can't. It's nothing compared to Red Bull in 2023. I mean, it was
Absolutely.
it was every race was theirs bar one.
Singapore,
When with
Carlos
Singapore, Carlos
Sainz,
Sainz had the win. And then for them Ferrari to drop him after that season as well, or
yeah, yeah.
sorry, for the next season.
the year after, yeah.
Yeah,
Up until the
it's
halfway season of 2024, he was actually their better driver when you looked at it from like the last 12 races of 23 to the first 12 races of 24. Apart from that Leclerc win in Monaco, which was obviously quite ironic and, historic rather, not ironic, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it is what it is, I guess, right? I mean, if you look at the future of Formula One teams in general, you know that,
uh,
I mean, dare I say, McLaren, I would say, are probably locked and loaded with their driver pairing. Ferrari,
Ferrari.
that's a whole different kettle of fish alongside Red Bull. Mercedes as well, it seems like George Russell and Kimi Antonelli are, I mean, Kimi Antonelli is going to be there for long term. George Russell seems like he's going to imminently sign a deal there.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess if
Fucking
you are ever
fight them.
like worried, you want to be worried at Red Bull, wouldn't you? You definitely want to be worried for Red Bull.
Well, coming on to that point, I think under Mekis, I think Mekis is going to bring stability because he's said that he wants to keep the same two teams like within the same drivers. So it could still be Yuki and Max, or it'll be Yuki, or it'll be Max or Liam. I don't think Isaac will get it this year because I think he wants a bit of stability to build him up, so he's ready when he gets into the seat, so he can perform good. And
I think that's Meki protecting Isaac.
yeah,
Don't
and I
don't
think
go and put him in that seat just yet. Let
Yeah.
him let him
in
blossom.
in theory, next year's car should be more stable. There's new regulations, new design from base. We've got obviously the new powertrains. That looks promising from what I know. But then if you combine that together, I think it's got a good base. And since Horner's departure, I think there's not been as much talk about the team, I don't think.
And it's for Isaac's betterment. Like, as a Red Bull fan, I would love to see
Um,
Haja at Red Bull at some point in time, but not now. If anything, out of all of the drivers that we've had, or all of the drivers that have gone from a junior team to a senior team, the best example of someone who's been successful in doing that has been George Russell, because he was at Williams for a couple of years and then
And
he made a
Max,
successful move. Yeah, and Max, they all actually spent time in other teams whilst they were rookies until they had enough confidence to be in a Formula One car. Because
I
you
mean,
can't, like, for example, Kimi
yeah,
Antonelli, right? The guy's crying already. I mean, he's 18. Like, there's so
he's
much pressure on him.
yeah. I mean, Toto has put a lot of pressure on him, banking on him. Toto wants him to be the next Max Verstappen so badly. He wants him coming in young. He wants him to start winning things, and I think
Yeah.
to have him in there while he's still finishing off school as well, that's been a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Do you know what I mean? He's only 18.
It's
It's
like looking for something in your current partner which you used to love in your ex. That's what it feels like. Because he's the ex that, he's the one that got away. For
yeah.
Total Wolf, Max Verstappen is the one that got away, and he's now clutching at straws to be able to find someone as good as him. Because, I mean, it takes a lot for someone of Total Wolf's caliber, right? We've got to remember he's an actual owner of the team, not just a CEO. And he
yeah.
had arguably the greatest driver of all time side by side with him for multiple years. That's going to be a big blow because what you're used to in terms of standards is top level driver, and the only person who can match that without a shadow of a doubt is Max.
Max, I think if given a car, I think he can push a car like get it in places when Lewis can't. In terms of
At
get
his
like a
age
get,
now, yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
but yeah.
he's a different breed of driver. Max Verstappen is as well. He's. I mean, they're both great in what they do, but I mean, we're going into new regs and everything like that. The sport's evolving, and Max is evolving with that. I've always said with Lewis as well is that you can't teach old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
I think this is why he's struggling
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
I mean, Alonso's proved that theory wrong, but with Lewis, it just seems like he's not getting to grips with it. It's like me as well when I was younger. I played Call of Duty all the time. If I go and play it now against all the youngsters, I won't get anywhere because my reaction times are slower. It's just part and parcel of getting old, isn't it? People
Yeah.
age at different speeds, and
But I think going on to that point again, you saw how they wanted Kimi in that car. I think if Toto had his way, he wouldn't have put Kimi in that car this year. He'd have waited till next year, beginning of reg, so the cars have not matured yet, and then he'd have if he had time. Well, he did have time, but he was just clutching at who can get us up the order. He could have gone for Ocon. He could have got who else was there at contract?
Carlos
Gasly,
Sainz.
Signs,
yeah.
but I don't think he'd want because he would
Bottas
want Kimi
again.
in that car. Yeah, that's a good shout, but then I also
I mean,
think
to be fair, you've got to give Kimi where credit is due, right? I mean, he's done a good job. I mean, there's been outstanding rookies so far. I'd say out of all of them, most recently Gabriel Bortoleto, with the car that he's got. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, it was before you would say Hajar, Kimi, but now you'd probably put Hajar, Kimi, and Bortoleto
I mean,
in
yeah,
that span of rookies who have had a really good season.
the
and I
rookie
think
scoring points in a kick Sauber is
It's
yeah.
just if you told me last year that out of the six rookies, three of them would be scoring points and getting into Q3, Lewis Hamilton would be struggling with Max Verstappen fighting for P11 or P10, I would say you're lying to me.
yeah.
Like we are living in circumstances. Like, of course, the title fight hasn't been as tremendous as it ever has, like it was last year. And yet last year we were sport for choice because
Yeah.
you literally had in the second half of the season you had a different winner almost every other race. If it wasn't Piastri, it was Norris. If it wasn't Norris, it was Verstappen, or sometimes Russell. Even Lewis Hamilton being the odd person you get signs. We had 7 drivers in that second half of the season winning races. Everyone apart from Sergio Perez.
I don't think you'll
Um,
see that again anytime soon.
no, probably not. I mean, how many have we had already? We've had.
Max, George, Lewis, not
we've-
Max, George, Lando, Oscar, 4. If you count Lewis as a sprint runner, but I don't think you should count that.
No, everybody I've spoken to has said, "Oh, Lewis has had a podium, he's had a win," but they're not counting the sprint, so they're not counting that. To me, it's just a little bit. It's an added bit of fun, isn't it? It's like the bonus game when you're playing on the arcades and things. It's a bonus
Yeah,
round.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
not. It don't count towards your main score. Well, it does count towards the points, but it's not. For me, it's not a proper race.
It's pre-season, isn't it? Really, it's like it's not real football. It's not real game. It's like, it's like when people look too much into FP1 and FP2. Like, yeah, sprints there, of course, but things are different. Situations are different. Tire deg, tire temps, fuel loads. They're all different, and they all play a part. But yeah, I mean, we've got 2 weeks left until the next race. Remind us where it is,
Zandvoort.
Dave.
Yeah, is that
Well,
Zandvoort in
Zandvoort,
the
yeah.
Netherlands? So that's on August the 31st. So we've got.
And Max will be hungry to bounce back from Hungary here.
But
He's
I
home
think
on-
that is perfect for us to leave until next time. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
We
I
can
agree.
give our predictions and stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
the next time we shoot this,
Yeah.
sometime soon for you guys.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sounds good.
I hope you
Thank you.
guys have all enjoyed this as our little sampler of what's to come.
Yeah.
Likewise, been good.
But
Remember we've got to
until then-
follow Harshal's main account as well. He'll be doing some bingos.
Absolutely. Bingos, live streams, watch alongs, you already know. Dave does live telemetry data as well. He gets like thousands of people watching him. So absolutely make sure you're there. And none of this would be possible without Alfie. He is the glue for what we're doing. He's the master behind all of the editing and the amazing videos you're going to see. And I'm sure he'll have some content and thoughts to post out soon as well. So keep an eye out for all of our individual accounts. But apart from that, I think it's time for us to sign out.
Yep. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Appreciate
See you
it.
all
Have a good
soon.
evening. See you
Bye.
later.
See you.